Alrighty, so, last week, um, we passed over a coral reef that was bioluminescent. Erden caught,
Video.
uh, Erden caught a piece of the coral, not knowing that
If,
it's a living thing.
if that's the very beginning, if that's not the very beginning of what you were saying, we missed it because when you switched to your camera, you cut out.
Mm. All right. We passed over a coral reef. Erden cut a piece off as the boat was passing over. Uh, Brina and Adea went to go tell the captain their concerns that we were not going in the right direction. Who already knew we were going in the right direction because the ship's been fighting her. And then a tropical storm was seen on the horizon. And we more or less took shelter in our individual places. Erden went looking for water to keep his coral alive, and Rada spoke with Lou.
Not realizing that it was Luke.
But you'll probably figure that out later. And this week we are in the tropical storm. The waves are rough.
Ugh. I can't spell. Storm. Yes. Okay, so. Oh, I gotta look that up. This tropical storm has hit. For those of you who have never been in a tropical storm before, can I get a Constitution save? That's everyone but Brina.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get +5.
Yeah, that's not Rada.
Mm.
Well, it's still 19.
I don't know if I am within 10 feet of Ayrton or not.
Because your bunk's next to mine. I know I'm probably close to Airden. Like, we're all in the same general area, I think. At least, I would assume. You never really specified it, but I think that would be a fair assumption to make. If other people agree.
I heard a number, but didn't hear who it was or what it was.
I got 19.
19, okay.
I guess you can probably choose whether you're within that area.
Mm-hmm.
It's also probably the most well-lit corner.
Erden.
16.
Any idea?
A 15 if I'm within 10 feet of Ayrton, which I think makes sense.
Uh,
Oh wait, I was wrong. It's 18. Forgot I have base numbers and Constitution saves as well.
Can you do that for me, please? Where did my dice go?
Albus ate them.
He keeps wandering around my chair. Like when I first stood up, I kicked him in the face because he was behind my chair. And I'm like, dude, if you don't want to be kicked in the face, don't get behind my chair. Oh. It's not liking this at all. Okay. So, for the most part, nobody's getting seasick except for Tooth. But that's what happens when I'm rolling, just a straight d20 with no stats added. It's not comfortable. I mean, we're talking massive ups and downs, big waves. You're feeling the boat rock all directions. Rada, water is getting underneath the door and into the office. It's thrown up and over the deck. So your feet are getting wet, but it's not like flooding or anything. It's like when somebody makes a splash at the pool and there's just like puddles everywhere. Those of you who are below deck, there is still water getting in. I mean, there's still the little port windows and things like that. And glass isn't really a thing in this era. So, water is getting in, but it's not necessarily flooding. But you may not want to be on the floor of the ship. You may want to be up in a hammock, especially if you have books that you don't want to get wet. Yeah, wind is howling. Like, it is between the waves and the wind. It's really hard to hear other people talking. It's just very loud. Yeah. I don't have a great description of what it's like. It'd be like having 100 people in a public, like, indoor pool, splashing and screaming all at once and having fans on at the same time. Like, it's a cacophony.
Marco, your facial expressions are one of my favorite parts of this.
Happy to help.
So that is our setting at this point. Loud, wet, lot of motion.
Things having gotten, less calm than they were before, I think it would make sense for Medea to find herself up into the hammock, and it's kind of riotous, then maybe put the book away and just kind of try and
Ride it out.
yeah, kind of almost kind of meditate in a sense, like let her kind of just tune things out and either think or take the moment for what it is.
Because you had been sitting on the floor.
Mhm.
With the bag of candles that Airden lent me, to weigh down my hammock so I'm not swinging around like a crazy person. I'm just swinging in my hammock and trying to just remain calm in the storm. I don't really like storms, but I've been through them before, so I know what I'm doing at least.
Mm-hmm.
If it's possible to sink into a hammock just to try and hope you don't fly around, that's what Ern's doing. He's maybe constitutionally fine, but he is not fine with the experience. This is absolutely new. It's like, nope, I'm gonna just stay as still as possible.
You know how, like, hammocks will kind of fold over the top of you when you get in them? Like, that'll happen, but it is a hammock, so there's a lot of... It's like you're on a really big swing.
Rod is just going to try to keep from sliding into the walls because she doesn't have a hammock. She has to stay on the floor.
Um, See, this is one of those things.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter since both the 5e and the balance that I am assuming this would have been if it was 3.5 are the same.
Yes. I'm not asking you to be acrobatic. I'm just asking you to not fall over.
Yeah, so but luckily they're the same. Because surprisingly, Rada is not acrobatic or required to do a lot of balancing. That is an 18.
Not bad. She's able to hold her ground. She found a spot where she could lock lock two of her feet in so that she's not and they're opposite feet so that she's not, yeah, they'll be the diagonal ones. So it'll be back right, front left kind of thing. Yeah. So she's able to steady herself in there. I gotta get back to that chart. D&D. Where is...
The tooth is just miserable.
Yeah. Tooth is little and miserable and...
I just imagine this little leprechaun swinging in his hammock and just green to the gills. Like,
Oh, my table, it's not letting me, it's saying it's not there.
That's an issue.
That
That's
is.
unacceptable. Does it not know that it is D&D time? Failure was never an option.
Let's say, whoops, we can't find that page. Apparently I should have just taken a screenshot. Why is it gone? That one's still here. Oh, what is this madness?
Madness. This is the ocean.
Okay, that one's coming up. That's weird. Okay, it's the same one. I'm gonna take a screenshot just in case it pulls the bullshit on me. And so weird. Okay. Rada. Oh, Perception Queen. As you're holding your place, you're able to look out the window and you're starting to see water that's swirling, but it is swirling on the surface. And you've never seen anything like this. You're not entirely sure what's happening. You'd say whirlpool, except whirlpools don't hover above the surface of the ocean.
It's that kind of storm. Oh boy.
Yep.
can I see that from where I'm at below deck?
Depends if you're near a window or not.
I'm not sure if I'm near a window. That's the only thing, is I'm not sure if we're near a window.
High or low?
Huh?
High or low?
High or low?
Low.
You are by a window.
Water.
So because these are small windows, your passive probably isn't going to be enough. Are you going to actively look out the window at any point?
As you were asking me high or low, I did roll for it, but I only rolled a 5, so I looked out the window, but I didn't see much.
You're not at the right angle to see what Rod is seeing.
Not unsurprisingly. Not surprised. Unsurprisingly, there was no popcorn.
Yep. No apricot tree, no popcorn.
No popcorn.
A reference that only the members of the church will understand.
Sorry, Marco. There's a kid's song in our church called "Popcorn Popping on the Apricot Tree," and it starts off with, "I looked out the window and what did I see? Popcorn popping on the apricot tree." I think apricot blossoms are like kind of like fuzzy white flower kind of looking things, or like small budded ones. So it looks they look kind of like popcorn.
Yeah.
So this is the reference I am making. My apologies that you did not understand originally.
That's all right. There may references I never understand.
I mean, kind of here. Oh, that's not what I want. Go away. It's more like the blossoms together. And they make a popcorn shape, and they got pink in the center.
Ooh, those are so pretty.
And the picture's very pretty, but I'm concerned about the kid's vision.
Depends how far away how far away the apricot tree is.
The bud in the center that hasn't fully bloomed actually reminds me of half pop popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, that being said, Rada, it does seem to be heading toward the ship. Right now, the captain does not have very good control of the ship. So there's probably no avoiding this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to do in preparation for probably being hit by this? Dare I say, waterfowl?
Let's see. Did I prepare sending?
Okay.
No, thankfully I did not unprepare it. So, going to use sending to the people that are probably not aware that this is coming. Marco, choose a number between 1 and 4.
3.
Mary, choose a number between 1 and 4 that isn't 3.
2. I was gonna pick 3, but that's okay. 3 is my second favorite number.
Dominic, 1 or 4.
Well, he picked 3 and she picked 2, so 1 seems appropriate. Countdown to our demise.
I guess that means
Jesus.
Tooth gets.
What was that?
I said, I guess that means Tooth gets 4.
Yeah.
Well, it rolled a 1, so. Brace yourselves.
Of all the people for Rada to reach out to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, reach out to
Yeah,
see, this is like the
And
least
first person you can give.
The one person who hasn't wanted to talk to her.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Rada knows that Hidea's memory is back yet.
Probably just panic thinking, like, brace yourselves.
Brace, brace, brace.
Brace.
Alrighty, Dad. You just got a message saying brace yourselves.
Hidea will just kind of look quizzical for a moment. Does not return Rada's message, but looks around it. Actually, she'll look around at everybody and return the message with what she says to everybody. We're supposed to brace ourselves? Is what Rada said.
would I have an idea because of my own knowledge of tropical storms? Would I have an idea of what's potentially coming because of that phrase?
There are so many things it could be with the
So
tropical.
probably. Okay, so
Uh,
probably not an exact understanding. Okay.
No. So you're free to poke your head out the window, or well, not poke. I wouldn't poke it out the window, but look out the window again to see if you can figure out why. Since you've got a better
Yeah,
idea.
I'm gonna try looking out the window again just to see if there's anything like okay. Perception. That is 17.
That's much better. Brina, there is a tower of spinning water heading your way.
Crap.
You're not used to seeing water spouts, but you've been to the mainland and you know what a tornado is. And it kind of looks like this. This might hurt a little more because it seems that it has pulled water in with it. But and maybe that was a shark you just saw swim, spin by.
Sharknado.
I think I broke Arthur. Hey, if a tornado can pick up a cow and throw it onto a roof,
I'm also thinking of the fact that it's like any of those pieces of coral that Airden cut off that he didn't pick up are probably also in this.
Huh?
Because Airden had cut multiple pieces off before he was able to snag the one that he got.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, there's probably pieces of coral flying around in there. You're just seeing like glowing blobs spinning.
Glowing blobs, sharks, and a shark are like, I second that. That is not good. No one knows what a tornado is, but that looks like a water tornado.
Got any recommendations?
Probably not. There's probably too much water.
Probably too much watery data. You're correct. Recommendations? Brace yourself and try not to panic.
Against what?
Against wind powered water that's spinning towards the boat. That also contains a shark. And
Gallons of water. What a water spent.
too much free days spell. I'm guessing.
Probably, but
But I know you want to try, so look it up anyway.
Can somebody give me a high or low?
Hi.
Okay. What are you doing over there? Look at your toenails off?
apparently they don't have that much water in them. But destroying the water is not going to stop the tornado.
This is the other world. It might not act like a normal water spout.
True.
So wait, waters move.
Is it magic?
To be honest, I don't know. I hope not. But
I hope so. I want to dispel it.
is gonna try and fling one of those freaking crystals out the window, isn't she?
I don't have any more crystals on me right now.
No, they're all in your bank account.
I don't think I have detect magic though. I just have dispel magic.
Can I get one more high or low from someone?
I
Cool. All right. Anyway. Okay. I need dexterity saves from everyone. As the water spout makes contact with your ship.
That one.
Oh man, I'm out of time to cast either.
dexterity saving throw.
Yes, a dexterity saving throw.
24.
I rolled a 3. I have a +1 modifier.
You have a 3?
With a +1 modifier to make it 4. Yep.
Oh gosh, dear.
Erden?
I rolled an 18 and I have a +6 dexterity saving modifier.
As
Nice.
a total of 8.
Rada?
14.
What about Tooth?
Oh, I haven't rolled for him yet. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, he rolled a 17. Good job, Tooth. All right. As a wave is ripped up and thrown into you from this thing, knocks the ship. You know those little like weebles? You know, the weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. The ship totally like smacks on its side and then flings back up, kind of thing. Brina and Tooth, you're golden. You got this. You're like, I'm just gonna hold on. You're so little that when like you hold on to something and then fly, like you're not going anywhere. You figured it out. Rada, you definitely slide into the wall and crack your head, but you're still mostly upright. Like when it pops back up, you don't slide back over. You're able to just kind of hold yourself, and you're like, wow.
Quick horn check.
Idea, you are thrown out of your hammocks and into a pile of crates where all the food is stored. And it's just like a crash. There's splintered wood. You've landed in the dried meats.
That's a lot of force.
It is a
That's
lot
a
of
lot
force.
of force.
It is.
You're in your armor, right?
Yeah, that's 230 pounds of Adea's stuff combined with Adea herself. Who was 215 pounds herself, so.
Megan! Whoa!
So that's
I
a
had
lot of
stuff I
force.
had to take care of.
No, you're good. Y'all just got hit with a water spout, but don't worry, Tooth is okay. Tooth didn't go flying.
Is he
Adea
That's
did
good.
though.
He's very seasick right now.
Tooth is very seasick, but Tooth and Brina managed to remain in their hammock instead of flying across the cabin.
Mm.
The reason that you lost your grip and slid is because someone was thrown into you.
Oh,
And as you're getting back up and they're sputtering on the ground, you actually recognize this person. It's Chris.
Wait. Who did Chris hit? Idea?
Rana.
Oh, Chris. Wait, Chris hit Rana?
Yes, Chris hit Rana.
Where did he
Chris-
come from?
The ocean.
On Aotearoa.
Not in a different ocean.
He's been traveling. He's got other means to travel.
Yeah, and that same storm for the past 2 weeks.
Right? He kind of sputters, rolls over,
He's just
looks
a
up.
rider on the storm, apparently.
Hold on, Russia. How'd you get here?
I've been on this ship. How did you get here?
Well, I was on my way home. Clearly, I didn't make it because I'm not home. Are you alone?
No, there's some others here. But they're below decks and considering.
Right. Of course. Duh. I knew that. I think I'm just gonna hang out with you right now.
Yeah, but there might be some explaining to do when the storm's over. And not to me or
Yes.
us, but to the ship's captain.
That is fair. What ship are we on?
What is the name of the
Yeah.
ship?
You never
Nice
gave us the
ship.
name of the ship.
Nobody
Dad
asked.
probably didn't care.
Yeah, he was asked.
Dad just wanted the ship that left. He didn't care what the name of the ship was.
And she wanted the one that was going as close to turning on as possible.
Yes.
One to a noon.
Yep, that's what the ship is.
Mhm.
One that
The
goes
one-
to an.
The one that goes to an nun.
I don't know what the name of the ship was, but it was supposed to be going to unknown, but it is fighting against the captain, not going that way.
Is it a sentient ship? That's so cool.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I,
Oh. Magic. Someone apparently didn't want to go to a nun.
I think it's more like someone doesn't want us to go to a nun.
Or if you why can't I think of the word? Were you deported from a nun for some reason?
No, but let's just say that we are in hot water with one of the deities there. And we are in good standing with other deities.
And he would know about that though because we met him after that experience, so we likely told him about it. I'm guessing. I can't remember.
Chris would understand what happens when you piss deities off.
He would understand that, yes. I see.
Being an
Well,
Atlantean and from traveling with us as far as he did.
Mm-hmm.
He never got to him.
Fascinating. So where you coming from? Last I heard, I thought you were headed for.
So Nokia,
Yeah.
So Nokia is dead.
Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. That bites.
And all of the Greek gods are also dead.
Oh.
But
So is Atlantis stunk? Because it was totally a Greek god that threw him down there. I mean, we can pop back. If they're gone?
I am not sure. But as to where we were coming from the Glass Isle.
Oh. Oh. I bet I love that. Maybe she got to her diamond tools that I gave her.
Yes, but we had to make a quick run from there because Ade was running away for some reason. She lost her memories briefly.
Oh. That happened to my cousin once. Spell backfired. It's funny. I mean, it was only kind of funny because he lost his memories for like 2 months, but they came back. It wasn't funny because, well, anyway, it was funny to us. It was not funny to him.
But yes.
Don't magic you're supposed to. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. So, she lost her memories while we were on the Glass Isle. We were trying to keep her from wandering off and running into things. She didn't like the way we were treating her that way and tried to run away. And that is why we are on this ship.
Yes. Understandable.
That is a lot of conjecture by Rada.
She is very insightful.
Yeah.
It makes me curious who has the highest insight of this party now.
Hello.
He's been here this entire time. It's just
Hello, I'm
What'd you say, Arthur?
He's been here this entire time. He just hasn't said anything.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys argue in the beginning, and then actually get started. And yep.
Well, it's nice to see you. You look tired, though.
I am.
You look ready to nod off in your chair.
You what?
You look ready to nod off in your chair.
Yeah, pretty close. I'm gonna go to bed. 9
Right.
o'clock. Or
Yeah.
close to 9. So. Boy.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye. I'll be giving him reminders.
Then you tell him presents are on the table field. We are at Chipotle. It's on our lunches.
Sweet. All right. I need. Oh.
You didn't explain what happened to Airden with the impact.
Both of them. They both got thrown into.
Oh, Airden got thrown into the stack of crates too.
Both of them got tossed together.
Okay.
Oh, geez, that's even more force. A lot of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, Ern sarcastically says, "Did you prepare mending for the wood?"
What happened? Idea was closer because she got the lower roll. Erden probably landed on top of her. So it was kind of a.
I could probably put the crates back together, but that is the least of my concerns. Oh.
Like poke my head out of. Because I'm pretty sure, like, I just kind of like cocooned myself in my hammock and kind of poked my head. I was like, "Are you two okay?"
Still alive.
Nothing more than a couple of bruises.
Fine.
Wow.
Okay.
We got snacks too.
You have snacks.
I appear to be surrounded by dried meat, but that seems to be the least of our problems right now.
You feel one of the food crates. Okay.
All right. Of course, it's spinning, so I'm gonna need another dexterity save as it comes back around to smack you again.
Well, that's not good. Thanks, Chris.
Since Airden's on top of me, do I get +5 to my save?
Yes.
Excellent. That's a 22.
Okay, so 22 for Idea. Brina.
13. I shouldn't have poked the head out of the hammock.
Right.
3.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Dirty 20.
Tooth. Do you even have dice
Oh,
on
I'm
you?
sorry. I do have dice on me.
You should, yeah, because you played Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least until the pet food doesn't kill you.
Okay, so what were we rolling for?
Dexterity.
Dex-
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, Brina, Rada. I put Brina, Rada, Erda, and Tooth with just your first initial, and it spells Brett.
Team Brett.
What about Idea?
Well, I also have Chris and Idea at the front, so it looks like Ick Brett.
Hey, Brett.
You could put it at the end and then it'd
I
say
got
break
12.
12?
Because you said athletics, right?
I said dexterity.
Oh, dexterity. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. I was like, I feel like his dex is better than that.
Yeah. No, his strength's a -3.
Better not ask you to hold on to anything. Okay. So this time, Idea and Erden, you are prepared for the ship to rock the other direction. So you're able to brace yourselves, probably even like somehow linked like your arms have crossed, so you kind of created this link that makes a little bit more tension, so you're just like not going anywhere.
Wait, are
I'm
the
just
crates like
imagining
tied
all the
down?
people sliding across the deck in Wall-E.
Yeah.
Tooth, you still got a good grip on wherever you're at, and you're not going.
Out of my hammock, I guess.
Brace himself and not get tossed around. Brina, you slip a bit from where you're at. So think yours is going to be more like you're not going to land in like crates or anything. It's going to be more like Jurassic Park 2, where they slide through that. Huh?
I've only seen the first one. I have not seen that one. I know. You can yell at me later.
That's fine. Most people say
Well,
the first one's
what
only
happened
being
is she was
watched
in an
anyway.
RV and it got tilted and she hit the window.
Oh,
So
Okay, just slid down. It might be like I just don't want to fall out the window.
you're not gonna fall out the window. It's like you hit the wall.
Okay.
So you like slid down the floor and hit the wall.
Okay, I need a quick judgment call. Is this a water problem, a magic problem, or neither, or both?
Let me deal with Rada real quick.
Are you
Okay.
asking that of the DM or the players?
The other members of
The
the
other
party.
members. That's a DM question, Jen.
Swung like the doors open. You slide out the door, and as the ship is turning over, you are dumped into the ocean.
Water walk.
Woman overboard.
Tooth, because you have the Perception King title, as the ship is coming back up, you see Rada flying over the edge of the deck and into the ocean.
Goodbye. I knew thee well.
Before she shoots back up onto the surface of the water and begins to run after the ship because she can now run on water now.
I didn't hear what Tooth had said.
Goodbye.
I knew thee well.
Well.
Goodbye.
Ernan immediately runs to the nearest window that Tooth can see out of to see that.
I will say it's not too difficult because at this point Rada is out walking on the surface of the water heading back toward you guys.
Yeah. I thought she was part horse, but I guess she's part Kelpie.
Does Brina understand what a Kelpie is? Because we already had the whole hippocampus seahorse conversation. I would understand Kelpie.
I think we've encountered Kelpie before in the dream.
Yes, there were Kelpies.
Okay, then yes. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that I understand. I love
Yes.
how there's so many different water horses that we've come across in this campaign.
Why are there so
Okay.
many water horses to begin with?
Because they're awesome.
Because horses were an important part of historical human society, and we weren't very good at handling water. So clearly, the best solution is to imagine horses that can handle water.
And
They
they're
both
awesome.
move fast.
There you go.
Am I moving fast enough that I'm catching up or gaining on the ship?
Yes. The ship's not making a ton. I mean, the ship's not making a ton of progress because of the way the waves are working, and it's kind of. Yeah, you've made waves in the bathtub and had like a toy or something floating on there, and it doesn't really go very far, does it? It's just kind of bobbing in one spot because of the way the waves structure works.
All right, and I think
Your bigger problem is the tornado on top of your head.
It is true. Ooh, are we outrunning the tornado?
You just had to
That's
say that, didn't you?
Love you, dear. You do.
My bad.
We know we dated Miss Rada, but you don't need to try and kill her with a water spout.
Rana, high or low?
Hi.
You're just barely managing to stay ahead of that tornado.
Oh boy.
Erden's watching it like follow her,
Okay,
Freaking
very
me
important
down
question.
below. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is Rada within 30 feet?
Ooh. Probably not, to be honest.
Okay. What is the light situation going on? Is it dim light?
It's dark.
Yeah.
What?
It's dark. Remember, night fell.
All right. Step of the night. I gain flying speed. I'm going to fly back onto the ship.
Okay. You can like hear the wind whistling behind you, and you're just like, no.
I imagine that puts on quite a show for whatever sailors are watching.
As you're coming in, as you get back to the deck, Chris will reach out a hand to you from where he's at to try and get you back inside that room.
Yeah, she's going to take it.
I'll just kind of yank you back in and like slam the door shut. He'll mutter something and it'll like lock, and he's just like, okay. That was both terrifying and freaking amazing. How did you do that?
Former cleric of Artemis, I can fly.
Oh, it's not Artemis. It's cool. Oh. How's your magic handling if she's supposed to be dead?
Surprisingly well. I think that getting divine assistance may have been more of a I heard this word once before, a catalyst for my own magic.
Oh. Well, that's handy. All right.
Is the water spout within 120 feet, and can Adea see it?
Love you for trying.
It's definitely within 120 feet. Give me a higher low to see if you can see out of one of the tiny windows.
Hi, we need high hopes for a living.
You can.
All right. Adea is sick of doing nothing, so considering it's close enough to attempt to cast Dispel Magic, and nobody has any idea if it's magical or not, we're gonna try. And probably fail, but we're gonna try anyways. I hope it's a magic storm.
Okay.
I like upon hearing Tooth saying goodbye and Airden like looking like rushing and like the facial expression on him, because I'm pretty sure the wall that I hit is the window. Like in my head, this is how I see it. Like the window that he looks out is the same hole that I slid into. I'm gonna be clambering up. It's like, what do you mean goodbye? What's going on, Airden?
No, it's just Ern was probably saying, "Oh no, oh no, oh no. Wait, oh my god, yes, yes!"
Idea, will you roll a d12 for me?
Yeah. 12. Yes. Got a 9.
Okay, cool. Idea, do you have a weapon on you?
Yes. I have 2.
What's on you right now?
I have a spear and I have an heirloom dagger. It's a dagger, but it's got special meaning.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you cast your Dispel Magic. The spout does not go away. But you start to hear a voice. And the voice is like, I swear to the gods, if you lose me, I am going to come back and haunt you and I'm going to stab you in the back. You ungrateful drunk. And it's just like this muttering, and it's in your native tongue.
Ungrateful what?
Punk.
Oh, okay.
You keep getting into these scenarios where I'm just sure that I'm going to come flying off of you. And you don't give a dang about me, even though I'm supposed to be special. How could you?
Adea is stunned.
Imagine just it's just like, what? So I'm gonna give you a moment with your stunned to try and figure out what's going on.
I don't think that's Taliesin.
You say that out loud?
Italianism for sure. It's definitely a woman's voice in your tongue.
Ern looks over at Adea. So, how'd the magic work?
Brina's gonna look over to Idea as well and probably notice her face just be like, Idea, are you okay?
It's
I'm yelling this so that she can hear me, but I don't want to yell it here.
Adea looks like she's like very confused or maybe has a headache, but she's like, it's not magic. Something else is though. To the voice in her head. I know you're already mad at me, but do I know you?
We've never talked before. Yes, you know who I am. I'm your dagger.
Well, that's new. Could you always talk?
What was that second part?
Could you always talk?
I mean, I thought I could always talk, but you never said anything back, and now I'm having existential crisis.
Okay, question. The voice
Yeah.
is in her native tongue. Is Idea the only one who can hear it, or can we hear it?
Yes, Idea is the only one who can hear it.
So Idea just looks like she's talking to herself.
Yes.
Okay.
So Adea just looks like she's screwed up another spell and has done something else.
Idea, are you okay?
Do you still remember who we are?
Yes, I apparently remember who my dagger is too. We can have a discussion about this later. I would take very good care of you and make sure to always keep you on hand. Have you seen what's happened to the spear before?
You have a dagger?
Why are you talking to a dagger? Wait, better question. Is your dagger talking?
I guess.
But the storm's not magical.
Well, it didn't dispel with dispel magic.
Then something on you might have dispelled if this. We'll figure that out later. That is a very interesting thing. I want to hear more about that.
The spearhead gets broken all the time. You know how many times I've had to forge a new one or replace it or replace the shaft?
Yeah.
I keep you close. I don't use you if I don't have to. And I've hold you in a special place, but we can argue about this later. We've got bigger problems to worry about.
Like, Rina's kind of more muttering to herself. It's like, does the dagger have a name? But I don't know if anybody would actually hear that because of the storm, so don't worry about it. I'm more saying it so that I remember to ask later.
That is entirely up to Idea. Hi. Do you want my lap? Is that why you're coming over here and pretending to rub your face?
Hey, Albus.
Can I say hi? Say hi. He just made a little squeak. He's like, oh.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, hello, sir. I have other things to do instead of rubbing your face.
Yeah, I'm the most important thing ever.
Absolutely. 100%. Speaking of,
In my dagger. It's a birth dagger. Like it's the gold leaf is the gold leaf. Dea was found in as a baby. She carries, as all Amazons do, she carries some symbol of that leaf. In her case, it's the dagger that has the gold leaf everywhere, because that's what they do. But no, Dea doesn't make it a public thing normally that she has it because one, doesn't want anybody to know that there's something to mess with, and two, it's not really relevant. It's only a fighting weapon in the most dire of circumstances.
Ah, so it's Rada's +2 Warhammer.
yep. All right.
Not to say that the quality's not good. It probably is, and if it wasn't, Adea's probably already fixed that. But
I will say at about this point, the water spout is starting to die out on its own, as they do. The storm is still very much howling, rocking. The spout has dissipated.
also, that wasn't magic. Funnels like that just happen. It,
Air variety on the mainland, but yes.
the air variety.
How else is Rita going to describe it? Like, she described it as a tornado. It's like, water tornado. Hello. Air variety. There's also an air variety. Yes. Air tornado, water tornado.
I will say that that's probably the worst of what you're going to see in this storm. Two of you rolled the same number last time, and that was for a storm, so you can blame each other for that one.
You kinky ho, you.
I think that was the awful two.
Yep.
Yep, that was one of
The
them.
122 911.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when I rolled that.
So when the storm finally does dissipate, it's like 2.5 days that this storm is just going. When it does dissipate, and the clouds start to break up, you realize somewhere in there came daylight. And suddenly Erden can see again.
Oh yeah. How much of that thing did Erden see? Because it was dark out there. I mean, granted, the wings put off a bit of light.
He could see. Well, keep in mind, I mean, there is thunder and lightning involved in hurricanes. So in every flash of lightning, he could see what was going on out there.
Also, before the storm really picked up, Ern did put the bright hearth in a. He thoroughly shoved it into a corner nearby so that he would, at least the cabin would be constantly lit.
Yeah. So what I love is like I'm thinking that the bright hearth is still like stuck in the ceiling, giving off this light.
It was flung around and it stuck itself in the ceiling.
High or low?
Aye.
Oh, it's definitely stuck in the ceiling. All right.
Okay, if the captain hasn't tried to come in yet, I think at this point Rada would just be like, we need to go to talk to the captain first before anything else.
Well, those were officially the worst 2 days of my life.
Brina's like digging around in her hammock and grabs the candles to hand back to Airden. It's like, thank you for these.
Oh, you're very
And
welcome.
yes, I agree. Tropical storms are never my favorite. I try and avoid them at all costs because of that. Water sports new though. Haven't actually had water tornadoes new. Haven't actually experienced that. I've only seen the air varieties on the mainland. Thankfully, haven't been in an air variety on the mainland, but that just sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to experience that while on land.
Things go flying quickly.
Actually, look, can Erden like actually jump up, hang his arms off of the bright hearth, and just be able to grab onto it by like the crossguard or something, and just hang there? Just because it's so stuck.
What was that?
Could Erden like grab onto the crossguard of the bright hearth and just hang from it because it's so stuck?
Can you reach it?
He put it up there.
Oh. Give me strength. I guess it'd be athletics.
And I can't find my D20.
You should have your D20 at ready all times.
12.
12. No, actually, the moment you like grab on, it slides out and you fall to the ground.
As long as he doesn't fall on his sword.
Yeah. Pretty sure he would fall on his back and the sword would fall on top of him. So as long as the sword doesn't fall with the point down, you're probably good.
Has Adea
just like
received
a-
any more communication from her dagger in the last 2 days?
Yeah, it's been like a constant stream of nagging about the most random things too.
Adea probably talks back to it as well and tries to figure out what the heck caused this, why it's talking to me now. Also try and get it in line because it clearly doesn't think very highly of me, and Adea guards it rather preciously. So
Give me an insight.
I like insight. I don't like that roll. The 12.
Be high enough. You get the impression that the dagger is just kind of paranoid. You don't know why it's paranoid, but it's definitely giving off those vibes. You can try an Arcana to see if you figure out why it's talking to you. I
Sure.
will
I'm probably not
say
as good at that,
it's
but
really high DC to get.
please, book reading come in handy. Is 16 enough?
So the dagger is not inherently magic. Whatever you're hearing, it's not because of the dagger. Considering that it started during the storm, it may have had something to do with the storm. Could be the ship. Not entirely sure. You just know for sure that it's not the dagger.
The dagger's not magical, but something is talking like it is my dagger. In my head. And in my head.
And your language.
Idea's going crazy.
It's a
Oh,
good time.
jeez.
Before I heard that, I was really worried that the counterspell ended up counterspelling an inherent spell put on every single living being, that they cannot listen to their own weapons, even though they can fully talk.
I guess what I was thinking is that she cast Dispel Magic on a water spout that was not magical. I'm wondering if it like whipped around the water and went back to her, and a spell to prevent the dagger from talking to her was lifted. That's kind of what I was thinking.
2 negatives equals a positive.
Today, coming to the conclusion that the dagger's not actually magical, but doesn't know why it seems like the dagger is talking to her. Does Adea seem to have a spell cast on her?
Does he? So
My tongue, and it's taking something from my thoughts, so.
I want you to give me another Arcana and a Medicine check.
The Arcana's a 24. And the medicine's a 12.
So as you're thinking about what was going on, you're definitely sure that the water spout was not magical, but had some interesting properties that allowed it to ricochet the magic back onto you. However, you're not sure what, like, the magic hit you. You're not sure what got dispelled off of you, if anything at all, or if maybe the ricochet also somehow, like, inverted the spell. Possibility. You don't know exactly what it's doing to affect you. That's not really your forte. So you're like, it's on me. This is me. It's not the dagger. But I don't know what it is about me because I don't know enough about my own body to figure this out.
On the one hand, it appears to be magical. On me. I could try dispelling magic on myself again, but on the other hand, straightforward answers have not led to straightforward solutions recently. Last time I did something straightforward, I lost my memory for 3 days. She looks around, she's like, Ong's not here. She might actually know. Rada's not here to tell me it's not a good idea.
No, what's not a good idea?
I appear to have been magically affected by my own spell.
I
That means I should be able to magically remove that spell, right?
mean, Idea, there's
How
nothing.
about I try to detect magic and see if I know what we're dealing with first?
I like that. That's a good place to start before I just go willy-nilly casting spells again. Although it is fun. It
You're very
clearly
good.
doesn't work out very well.
And you're very good at it. I'm happy to detect magic.
Yeah. Don't you have sending prepared?
Yes.
There's nothing stopping you from using sending to Tong.
It's fair. It didn't really cross
Fine.
her mind, but it's fair.
So I'm using detect magic on Idea. From what I understand, I don't need to roll or anything for that.
Sorry. I was thinking of something and I totally blocked everything else out.
That's fine.
So hold on. What? Burp, 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 burp. Sorry. I'm trying to
You
think.
kind of like. Are we still below deck when this is happening, Nita, or have we moved up to the deck?
I think you're still below.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was asking Nita since you were working on something.
Okay. You are sensing aberration magic. I'm sorry, not aberration. Abjuration. If I can talk, that'd be great. This stupid thing in my mouth. Oh.
Abjuration magic.
Mhm.
Can Erden do a medicine check to see if he can at least somewhat tell, or at least narrow down what the effect is happening?
Sure.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see what kind of abjuration magic I would know about, or would that be a history check?
No, that would be Arcana because it's knowledge magic.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, that should be enough. So abjuration is protective spells and suppression of magic.
Okay.
What did you get, Erden?
23.
23. Woo. Okay, so you like physically go over her and you're not finding anything physically wrong with her, but the more that you're hearing them talking about the magic itself and how she's describing what she's seeing, something is going on in her brain box. Something's messed with her head. Something's wrong with her brain.
Adea is surrounded by people who are good friends to her and want to help her out. She also probably was really annoying then because she kept talking to the dagger to figure things out until she figured enough of it out.
Considering that I saw a warhammer fuse to Rada's hand in another storm, I was going off of the instinct of okay, the storm itself didn't seem to be magical, but we've seen weirder things before, so maybe this is a magic dagger and we'll figure it out. So the only magic I'm getting from you, Edea, it's an abjuration magic, so it's a protective spell or a suppression of magic, which is a weird way to have a dagger pretend to be magical.
I will say, Edea, you're aware that dispel magic falls in that group of magic. Like it's from that school of. So it does make sense in a weird way, but that's what she'd be sensing on you.
Erden, do you have any insight?
Not seeing anything physically wrong. So if I could take a guess, has something to do with her mind.
Erden, give me a straight wisdom check.
Oh dear goodness.
Because it's the closest thing that I have to a memory check. Because no edition has that.
13.
Oh man. Something's niggling in your mind. You brain's voice, something she was trying to tell you and you weren't listening. But you know that there's something to do with ley lines.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
You feel like it has something to do with messing with the brain and magic, and you're like, didn't listen. She'd be so disappointed in me.
No, I was listening, I just can't remember. Okay, no, I was surprisingly good at this for a very good reason.
What don't you remember that you were listening to? Hopefully not your dagger.
Is it still talking?
Yes. Adea is probably actually she's better at ignoring it now, but if it says something real hot, she is still replying to it and no, cut it out. You're wrong.
Wait, what is it specifically talking about?
Right in the moment, Idea, it is saying some very negative things about the way you look, the way you work, the way you interact with your friends. It's like listening to the worst parts of yourself. All the bad thoughts you've ever had about yourself. Your work's not good enough. Your fighting stance isn't good enough. Your magic sucks. These people don't really like you.
The dagger took
The
all
thing's
Ern's
paranoid, and it's trying to bring me down with it. Man, I need magical earmuffs. I can protect myself from the elements, but not from whatever this is.
Have you tried casting the light spell recently?
No, but that sounds like fun. Hideo,
You have your rock.
I mean, I could take the rock. I could cast it on anything. I could make myself glow, and she'll have her chest plate.
Herself. And Idea is glowing.
Yep, just glowing. Worked. Lit up like a Christmas tree.
Is any of this jogging Ern's memory?
Give me another wisdom check. We'll see.
You want some inspiration, Airden? You got this. You can remember. I'm giving you bardic inspiration. Take it.
He's already rolled.
Was it a D6?
Is it
That or an 8.
D8? I think.
I think it's D8.
I can never remember which one it is.
It's
D8.
level based.
It's D8.
Okay. Total of 16.
Yes. They're like the sun. The sun, when it interacts with the ley lines, sometimes they go all and things don't work the way they're supposed to. There's very specific places and times that it does that, and you're like, usually it happens further north. But if the solar flare is strong enough, it can reach further south and make things go extra wonky. And even though you couldn't see through the storm, maybe things went a little wonky while you were out there. And yes, I am referring to the extra large solar flares causing the northern lights to be much further south than they normally are.
That's what I was thinking. Because as soon as you said solar flare, I'm like, yeah. Northern Lights. I like it.
And because the magnetic field is the ley lines in this, if the magnetic field gets messed with, so does the magic.
Okay, so the sun made things a bit wonky.
Yes.
How do we fix it?
I don't remember.
I'm about this close to just casting Dispel Magic again.
Well,
of
theoretically, the
things.
wonkiness shouldn't be that bad, especially not. No, wait, I don't think night had anything to do with it. See, it's always the magic stuff that always confused me. Whenever you put magic plus a body part, everything suddenly goes wrong.
Well,
The voice is certainly exhausting.
we could always ask. Well, anybody have sending? We could ask Tom. I don't know if she'll respond, but it's worth a shot. Or we could try Rana.
Hmm.
It's all up to you, Adea. You
You
can
could
do
ask
whatever you want.
Everett. Do you think he'd respond?
No. As much as he would absolutely know the answer, he would not I think he would say something along the lines of, "I will not dignify this question with a response." or something like that.
He responds at all.
Lady Green. She'd probably answer, especially since she helped you dance so much at the wedding.
Yeah, Grain should know. She's smart.
I'm taking that answer. I like a grain. I'm rolling with it. Can I still cast? Okay, we got one shot. Sending to a grain.
It's been 2.5 days. Your spell shots reset by this point.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming we actually got long rest credit.
I was about to say, did we even sleep during all of this? Like, did we just pass out from exhaustion at a certain point?
I would think so, but also we had a couple days on the boat before we got to the storm. So anything from before then, we would have anything from before the storm, we would have had that rest.
Yeah, the only spell I have on my against my slots right now is the first Dispel Magic.
And the light spell.
That's a cantrip.
Yeah, that's a cantrip. All right. What are you sending to her?
Mumbo wumbo jumbo wiki.
Mumbo jumbo wumbo what?
It's a Minecraft song. It goes mumbo wumbo jumbo AFK. I'm gonna take that mustache away.
Minecraft had songs.
Well, it's from a guy that was doing. You'd have to ask Sean more about it. He's the one that showed it to me. But it's a guy that's in the Minecraft server, and he's playing with his friends, and he has a friend that had a mustache, and he stole the mustache off the Minecraft character.
Please send that to us. Love to, I would send that to me. I would love to see
I'm
that.
looking it up now.
Oh my gosh. I gotta share that one video with you guys so that every time I say, check for traps, Poogie, you know what I'm talking about.
Check for invisible traps.
Okay, Grandma.
Alrighty. The grain. A spell appears to have gone wrong. My dagger is talking to me, but it's not magical. Can you help? Apologies. Thank you.
You don't have to sign ascending, do you? Because it's going to come in your voice to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They know who
okay.
it's coming from.
The person just knows if they know you.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
There it is. So much of just the song and not the context behind it.
Mm-hmm. I will have to look at that later.
And imagine trying to diagnose and solve an entire problem in 25 words or less.
Right?
Doctors' jobs are already hard enough.
Why do you think their handwriting's so bad?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, at least with this, you don't have to worry about trying to decipher the handwriting.
If my handwriting is bad enough, maybe I can get sending to accept an extra word because they're all slurred together.
The true reason that doctor's handwriting is always bad.
Hold on.
No, just do a pirates. Since you're on the sea, just do the pirate sending. You gotta put in a bunch of pirate puns. And you can use as many words as you want.
Apologies. Thanks.
Well, the DM's
You
figured
feel the
things out.
suspense in the
So,
air.
speaking of memes, I
I'm
recently
trying
came
to-
across a video of the never ask a man his salary, a woman her age. D&D players, how many dice they have.
Fair enough.
I mean,
There's a pad of paper that's technically stuck to the
I'll share
side of the
the link to
printer.
the video
Could you
when
bring
we're
me
done here.
a sheet of it? Thank you.
Earlier when I was transferring stuff over to the 3.5e stuff, with I put so many points into spot and listen that Rada's active, like spot and listen, would be equal to her passive perception if she didn't have the observant feat.
Wow.
Okay. So, Idea, the message you get back is there was a recent solar flare, and if you were near a ley line, your brain will change. You'll need a scion's help.
I guess that means I can't just dispel magic away. Anyone know a scion?
Better question.
A scion
Anyone know
for
what a
what?
scion is? What did you say,
Scion
Megan?
for what?
What's a scion?
What's a scion? A scion for what?
Ern doesn't know.
It's like, that's a weird word.
I'll do a history check to see if Brina's heard of him at least.
Tom?
I think that bunny was a scion.
That is a 19.
Yeah. You would, Brina. You know that a scion is somebody who can use their brain to do things that normal people can't. Whether that's being able to read thoughts or move things with their brain or
Where's Tongue when you need her?
Mm-hmm. So scions can use their brains in ways that normal people can't, like reading thoughts. Wait a minute, didn't Tom do that with the cane?
Yeah, I think Tongue does that. I mean, she was making her book float around, right?
Yeah. So Tom's not here.
somebody else can't.
But Tom have to be. Does the scion have to be in person, or can they help over distance?
I don't know. Granger said that I need the help of a scion.
There's only so many words she can use, man.
True.
I would say probably not.
So
Actually, I imagine it's about as far as the farthest spell you can cast.
Ending goes a long way.
Well, aside from that, that's just cheating. You get the wind or the trees to talk to each other. They're cheating.
So at this moment, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs. Yeah, I heard you were down here. It's Chris.
Chris?
It's great to see you again.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm great. Though I don't recommend getting sucked up in a water spout and spat out. It does not feel good, especially when you collide with a centaur.
You ran
How
into
are you
Rob?
alive?
What? I'm a demigod. This is probably the only reason I'm alive.
Ah, right.
Anyway, what's up with you guys? What?
Good. Last time we saw you, you were at my home.
Yeah, I know. I was on my way home, and then I got sucked into a spout and, spat and rotted. So
Okay. I wish I could question that, but honestly, we have so many weird things happen with bones. I'm not even gonna question it. Good to see you.
yeah.
Do you know any science?
Do I know any scions? Gee, I don't know. Do I? I mean, technically, I have some psionic abilities. I don't know if I'd call myself a scion.
Do you think you could help Idea?
What's wrong with the Dea? Did
My
you
head did what?
did you lose your memory again?
No, but I attempted to
I heard
dispel
about that.
the water spout. It's not magical, pretty sure, but since then my head has been attempting to impersonate my dagger and has not been very nice.
Oh, baby girl, that was
Also,
not a magic storm. Those just happen.
my dagger is not magical. So I'm not sure it's really impersonation, but that's irrelevant.
Did you? Oh, let's see. Hold on. And he whips a map out of his bag and he's looking at it. Well, if we're still kind of relatively near where I was when I was trying to get home and got sucked out of the ocean, we're over a spot where the ley lines are really close together. And a little bent as it is. And I'm pretty sure that I had heard somewhere that there was major solar activity happening. So there were going to be crazy northern lights going on. And if they happened during the storm while we were over that ley line pinch, yeah, you did some funny things to your head, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
Clearly, I should have been paying more attention when I was learning magic. It should just work, right? It's magic.
That's not how magic works.
No, generally, no. It actually works against you more often than not.
You make a good point. I've had a very bad string of my magic working against me recently.
I'm sorry to hear that. But at least this one should be relatively fixable. Basically, you've unlocked you've messed with. I'm trying to figure out how to tell you this in simple terms because I'm talking about neurology. I don't know if I have neurology.
My dagger impersonator is being very mean. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That your dagger what?
My dagger impersonator that is presumably inside my head is being very mean. That much I already knew. Is that along what you were trying to tell me?
Yes, no. It's a projection. The dagger's not saying anything. Your brain is projecting as though the dagger is talking, and it's actually you saying these things to yourself.
Hearing that, Brina's just gonna come and lay a hand on Idea's arm. It's like, you said the dagger wasn't being very nice. I'm sorry.
But why wouldn't it be? Why would it be that way? It should have been that way a few days ago when I couldn't remember how to do anything.
sometimes certain parts of our personality just get suppressed. And if we mess with the neurons and the way they fire in our brain, which is not going to make any sense to you, but just roll, they'll misfire, and then things like depression happen, or multiple personality disorder, which seems to be what's happening.
Think of it like this, Dea. You know those emotions that you have? There a lot of them are more negative, like anger, disgust, and like sadness. But then there's like a couple good ones that are happier ones, like joy or surprise. So basically, all the bad ones have coalesced into a new person who's living in your brain.
I thought that was healing.
Now,
you'll hear
you didn't use healing magic for that, so it doesn't work.
You'll hear Arata's voice coming from just above the hatch. Why does this all sound familiar?
No, I mean, like, healing is not. I hate healing. It brings all those negative emotions. I thought that was the impersonation of everything I hated.
No.
Other than the fact that, it's kind of a nice thing to have when you hurt yourself. But even then, it's only because it's a necessity.
I think you have a very different idea of what healing is to the rest of the universe.
I would have to agree with that.
Do you think you can do anything to help with this?
No. I can't get into another person's brain.
Okay.
My psionics is more of a I can feel your aura. It's more of an emotional thing. Like I know what you feel like without touching. No, that sounds weird. That's not what I mean.
Sounds like a kink.
I think
You
I get
understand
it.
how I feel right now, as I'm being bombarded by this not dagger that's pretending to be a dagger that's really me, which I still don't understand, but that's okay.
It's very agitated right now. Probably because one part of your brain is trying to tell you you're not so great. And
Great.
yeah, I can't get into your brain and fix it. Who would? That does not mean there aren't people out there who could.
Yeah, I think that I think we do know someone that could be of assistance, but they're currently giving me the silent treatment.
I gotta go. I'm getting. Someone's gotta go to the bathroom. So I will gonna log off because I'm probably gonna head to bed after taking them out.
Bye, Megan.
Good luck.
The one
The
dog
dog just started barking, and I'm like, is she getting attacked?
So there's a terrier, there's a husky Pomeranian mix. There is what is Harley?
What kind of a terrier? A Jack Russell Terrier?
She's a mutt.
Okay.
She's kind of a large terrier, but she is very vocal. She's not aggressive by any means. She just has to have the last word. Trying to think. Oh, there's a Mastiff and there's a Great Dane.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And yes, the Great Dane's name is Scooby Doo.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's my cousin's dog. I mean, yeah. A youngin. What was I saying?
I think the last thing that was said was that Rada was shouting down at the group that the only person that might be able to do that is currently giving her the silent treatment.
Should we move this upstairs? I think we should move this upstairs.
I think so too.
Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, you're heading upstairs? All right. Hey, it's sunny. And it's
Finally,
warm.
proper
And
weather.
it's promptly back to humid.
Oh.
But it's not quite as bad as it was. It's still kind of cool because the storm has just dissipated, but is humid again. Because it's not raining.
Yay.
That's a random spot. It occurred to me sometime earlier this week that some of the silly spot quotes with Adea and them kind of portray her as the ditzy blonde, which I was like, on the one hand, I kind of understand how we got there, but on the other hand, it's kind of funny because Adea is actually really smart, but she doesn't act that way.
Well, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Idea is a lot like Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. She is
I was
super
about,
yeah.
I was
She is
about to ask that. I was like, I've never seen Legally Blonde, but Mary described it to me, so I was like, does that make Adea legally blonde?
I happen to adore that.
I mean,
I can't hear you.
I happen to adore that movie. I
Oh, I love it.
that movie.
I
It's
want to see the
hilarious.
musical because I've heard some of the music and it sounds so good.
they're
But yeah,
right
that movie
there.
cracks me.
What, Arthur?
I was like, they're right there. Like, I don't remember the lyrics, but I just remember that's one of the songs. It begins like, they're right there. Basically, it's is he gay or European?
Yep.
I haven't heard any of the songs from the musical necessarily, but the actual movie itself is one of my favorites. Especially because, dang, the quotes are just left, right, center on that thing. You got into Harvard? What? Like it's hard?
Like it's hard.
Harvard Law School? What? Like it's hard?
But usually when I dress up like a frigid bitch,
I try not to look so constipated.
it was such a good comeback. It's like, man. Anyway, yes. So everybody's now out on the deck.
So we know what's wrong, but we can't reasonably fix it.
Not currently.
Well, but if Tom's not talking to Rada, do you think she'd talk to any of the rest of us?
No. Probably not. Can't use the spell. Can't use the spell. Unless you have sending.
No.
I mean, since that conversation we had the other day, I haven't tried. I could try and see if she'll talk now if there's something wrong.
I mean, and we can always, we can try and frame it if she doesn't have to do anything other than let us know who might, like, the kind of person that would be best to find. I mean, if she can help, that'd be awesome, but also from being so far away, I have a feeling that probably wouldn't work.
What's the worst she can say? No?
No, the worst she could say is nothing.
Nope. That's part of saying nothing, so that doesn't count.
What?
That counts as saying nothing.
No, not that she says nothing, that she doesn't respond at all.
She doesn't respond.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because that doesn't qualify as saying anything, so.
Okay. You want to be very, very specific, then yes, that is correct.
Come on, get some positivity in here.
When it's Tom, and I don't really know if she actually likes any of us, It's a little hard to be positive, but I appreciate you trying, Nerden. Thank you.
Rada points at Brent. She likes you. Points at Tooth. She likes him. Idea, she's neutral. Erden definitely hates. Me, I
She
am.
likes
Nerden. Sorry, Arthur, what did you say for Rada?
Me probably on the dislike, given that at least from her perspective, I've abandoned her twice. By the way, I do have some more information about who put us to sleep, but they won't tell me why.
Oh, you did. You're able to figure that out? Just a little bit?
Well, that's promising.
Yes. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm only thinking this because of who George worships. Pretty sure it was Lou.
You spoke to Lou?
That's nice. I'm gonna say that Tooth was like pulling out a snack and he just stops and it's like hanging out of his mouth and staring at you.
Yes, I spoke to Lou.
How?
Uh,
And another question. How?
If you let me speak, I'll tell you.
What, did you just fall asleep halfway through a prayer?
You're only half wrong with that sad statement. I did
Cool.
fall asleep. I did fall asleep, but it wasn't during a prayer. I was trying to contact Hypnos. No, not Hypnos. Morpheus, because he was the god that we thought was putting us to sleep. They're all dead. And
Who's all dead?
Gods.
the Greek pantheon.
Rada, I'm so sorry.
I surprisingly still have my magic.
Well, that's confusing, but good.
So nothing of value has been lost.
I take issue with that.
Tom would agree, but that might not be true.
I take issue with that. But, yes, so part of the thing to get in contact with Sam was to fall asleep. Found myself in the woods, well, in a dream in the woods. Came approached by a boar, and in a heavy Kimberly accent, a boar spoke to me in my mind.
Yeah, it sounds like Lou.
And he said that he has his reasons. Oh, and that.
So wait,
Hmm?
he did do the whole sleeping and like memory stuff.
Sounds like it. He said that's the only other person that would have any kind of this power wouldn't want to have this power. Fairly certain he was talking about Demos.
Is that what is happening to him? That that explains so much and is also incredibly confusing.
Yes, something big is gonna happen, and it's our choice to whether to be a part of it or not. It's going to be history changing.
I'm confused. Didn't three of us just try and leave that?
His words. Well, a summary of his words.
Well, I know who I'm going to start praying to now. Just to try and clarify a few things.
Also, Tooth, you straight up pulled Tong through time.
Cool. I didn't know I could do that.
Through time. So when he pulled Tong out of his bag,
He pulled
It-
her from the future.
that didn't happen when he pulled me out of his bag. Did it?
Pretty sure
He
not.
has pulled lots of things that we don't recognize.
Sorry, what was that number?
I didn't say it. Well, he did say that he should probably get her back into her original time, but it really sounded non-committal, and he seemed rather entertained by Tooth's bag. So he's not sure where Tooth got it.
Where did you get that bag? Didn't you say it was one of the ones your mother made?
That was the original story that I heard. And I was there when he retrieved it. I think I was the only one there that heard that story.
Yeah, it's one of the ones my mom made, obviously.
Insight check.
I'm doing the same.
I'm actually going to do it too.
Inside checks over.
20.
Love it.
17.
Okay, so we got a 16, 17.
19.
What else? 19.
20.
Oh, he's still full of shit. He's got the shifty eyes going on.
Where did you get that bag of holding?
I'd like to confirm that he is in fact lying as much or more than my head is right now.
Yeah, I got that. And Brina's like standing there, like crossed. Her arms are crossed, her feet are like planted in front of him, like she's even like leaning towards him too.
To be fair, I just want to know because it's really fascinating and it'd be really cool to find out how it works.
It was a gift.
From who?
My grandfather.
That
That's
sounded
natural 20 on
harsh.
insight.
Oh, that was a natural.
Oh,
Yeah, we got
I
a
was
natural.
11 that time, but
I rolled a nat 1, which still means 9, but
All right, you two don't know.
24.
Okay, so okay, from his grandfather, what'd you get?
24.
You two, he is definitely still not telling the truth. Erden, you're getting the idea that he probably got it from someplace he absolutely got it.
maybe that's why the apothecary was so mad at
Well, that was a whole other situation.
hey, you might make you have a point there, Hidea.
I didn't know. I can't do that. That was out of character.
Okay.
So, like for you, Erden, like someplace he shouldn't have been on par with like
George and Henry on Mount Olympus.
yes. Yes.
I was
Exactly.
thinking the exact same thing. I mentioned Ur and Rada, at least with our checks, kind of just look at each other like, yeah, he's bullshitting us.
I mean, that's just not. No, that doesn't. Anyway, maybe we should contact Dong, right? We're talking about.
Tooth, where'd you get the
Dude,
bag?
can you pull a
Don't
scion
cry
out of your
again.
bag?
You're never gonna make me talk, and he just like bolts for the stairs.
Did he hear PJ's question before he left?
What did she say?
Dude, can you pull a scion out of your bag?
Can you pull this
Done
out?
well.
Watch, he pulls Tong out of his bag again.
That would be so great.
He can't. He pulled a sign out of his bag.
What?
Fine.
Just like a big old stop sign or something. Like fully reflective and everything.
It looks like it was a street sign from his homeland. It's definitely in Gaelic.
You can worry about that later. He does have a point.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Remember, I have locate object.
Okay.
Probably doesn't remember.
Okay, using
No.
sending.
Who? So
Are
should we try Rada sending this Tong, or should we try Idea?
Rod has already started casting.
Okay.
Alright, let me just think of the specific words.
I want to know why, if I'm being affected by magic, I can't just dispel that magic when I cast it myself. But then again, we've already found out that you can't just remove curses by casting Remove Curse when they're made out of magic that's not so combobulated as it should be.
I am gonna have to rewatch this recording just to write down that entire quote.
Which was the entire quote?
What he just said, what Dominic just said, that's not so combobulated as it should be. And I'm sitting here like, so combobulated. And thank you, Aaron. I would love for you to do that because I want that quote.
I mean, think about
It was accurate. But...
Yes, it is accurate, but how it's worded is just
It's so perfect.
yes.
I felt it when I said it.
All right. Well, she's trying to figure out her message. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't know, like, look at the other two, just like, so, yeah, Tooth probably took that bag from, like, the home of godly deities, or at least one of them.
I feel like that makes sense if even Lou is entertained by it. I don't know that much about him, but entertaining gods with mere items is pretty impressive.
Erden?
It might just be Lou's.
These people aren't usually that entertaining to most of the gods for very long. They do like toying with them, but then they like to discard their toys.
Did you hear that, Erden? Religion
Nope.
check?
And that's probably wisdom, so that's a 12.
Who's the legendary thief already, and we didn't even know it.
No,
Just
I want here to meet.
his brother is the legendary thief, because that's who took it from.
Wait, what? Sorry, I made a comment to Dominic and nearly had him choking on something. Sorry, dear. I missed what you guys had said.
Tooth stole the bag from his brother, so his brother got it. is the
Brother's
legendary.
the legendary thief.
Sorry, my comment that made Dominic laugh so much was that I just hope Tooth and Zahir never meet.
That sounds like a good time.
A terrifying experience.
Oh,
It's a good time in all the wrong
Zahir,
way.
Avery. Yeah, that.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Avery, you here.
Wait,
We do not need to add
wait,
Tooth to the
what's this
road.
about Avery? What's this about Avery?
Two Zahir and Avery in the same room.
Oh no,
We
that.
do not need to add Tooth to the Rogue Bros. I'm sorry, but no.
We could get into so much trouble and we could pass half of it off like it was totally okay.
You want to watch Iseline self-combust? Do that.
I mean, I am half considering on you guys encountering Tong's sister, who's a rogue.
We had D&D the musical. Why can't we have Road to El Dorado?
No, just the rogues to El Dorado.
The rogue.
Yes,
El
the
Dorado.
roads to El
That's
Dorado.
That's a quote. Alright. So Rada will say, Ide used a spell and now her mind is projecting onto her dagger. We need a scion. Can you help her, please, if you can? Now, presuming I still have control over this, concerning the message I just got, for player enjoyment, what Rod is going to get back is, who is Idea? And why are you contacting me after months? Or after a month of no contact?
What? I'm assuming Rada has like relayed this message to us.
So what Rada is actually just going to be like, she's going to have the oh no face.
Rada, why are you making that face? Did she not respond again?
No, I just used sending to the present. Tong.
Oh.
Oh. So it's
Wait.
the tongue that we're actually supposed to talk to, not the tongue we have been. The tongue that's been 45 years in the future. That tongue.
But why would it go to that tongue instead of the tongue that we know?
Are we closer?
I didn't
Did
ask.
we time travel?
did we time travel?
Went to both. One still giving the silent treatment.
What was that, Jen?
Did we time travel?
You know we did. We went 4 years in the future.
No, but like time travel from like in between like the storm or something. Like we've noticed every time we've actually time traveled, because it's always we've always had to go to the human world, you know.
Okay, so if we talk to present day Tong instead of future Tong, which is the one that knows us.
At least
I don't
this one hasn't.
understand this.
At least I haven't disappeared on this one twice.
Yeah, that's even better. Just say, Ide is a new friend that I'm currently traveling with, and I immediately thought of you when I heard Scion was the solution.
She can fix it over a distance. Couldn't she fix it if I sent her ascending? Because if the tongue we knew isn't the tongue that you're messaging, and this tongue probably doesn't know me.
Would we be if he had sent a sending to Tong? Would he go to the Tong that we know, or the Tong that you just talked to? My head hurts, guys.
There's one way to find out.
Actually, there's multiple ways. At me as a player speaking to the DM. My idea is that the present Tong, when she got the invitation to go find or join the party, or at least meet the party, she went back to Thronakia, and that's where the asking for her, but she wasn't there. And I think she would have head back to Sahetaru. That's what my thinking would be.
Was she on her way there before?
Yes. Like, she got the sending and then, like, turned around, turned around and went back to Thronakia. Found it in the state it was. Didn't find Rada there. It's like, well, this is too dangerous for me and my owl. I'm going someplace safe. But Rada doesn't know that.
No.
So multiple ways we could figure out, but let's go to the easy one first. Using sending again.
No.
Basically, that is complicated. We need a scion. Thought of you. Where are you?
Love to meet up.
Can we meet?
Okay.
If it's the same one that was contacted before, just like.
Yep.
I'm in Sahetaru. Sure, we can meet up. I'm not sure I can help though. Okay, I am on better terms with the current ones and the one we've been traveling with.
Rada, I just had a very concerning thought. At some point, we're gonna have to leave this Tong for the Tong we have been talking to not have interacted with us, for us to bring her to us. So technically, you haven't abandoned that Tong twice. You've abandoned her 3 times, probably.
So where are you doing the maths?
Well, you left her once by being stuck with the rest of us and the whole Lou thing. You abandoned her a 3rd time by us leaving her in the glass aisle. Then you abandoned her the 2nd time by us leaving her after we meet up with her now. Probably.
I'm confused because she didn't know who we were when I pulled her out of the bag. So what if we never end up meeting with her in the first place, and so she gets abandoned because we simply never showed up?
I really wish Rada was more intelligent. Because I have thought of this. This entire week, I have thought of an explanation for this. And while Rada has higher than average intelligence, she is not as smart as Tong.
Well, you see, time is not really a linear thing. It's more of a big ball of wibbly wobbly time.
Stop. Yes.
Well, kind of how I was thinking was, like a string that's flayed at the ends, or flayed at the ends.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like one piece that's like flayed like further down the string.
Mm-hmm.
So the tongue that we picked up was from that one string, and we're on the main stem.
Like Brina's like kind of just watching everybody as we're discussing this, and I'm just gonna like look at Chris and like, can you figure out what I'm feeling right now? Because I can't even figure out what I'm feeling right now.
I mean, I don't get it either.
Time is weird.
To the day I get it.
But I can't say that I've ever time traveled. I didn't think it was possible unless you were a god. Maybe I can have to travel.
I mean, if traveling to the future is so easy, then why can't you travel to the past?
I mean, strictly speaking, we kind of do that with daylight savings.
What? How can you save daylight? That doesn't make sense.
Oh, sorry. It's oh, you don't have clocks. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Future stuff.
You can kind of travel to the past if you cast Remove Curse on Necromancy Cursed Kings.
You don't do that anymore.
That counts
I
as
can't say
mental
that the
time
difference
travel,
between where you were
doesn't it?
3 months ago and not knowing how you got to where you are now, but remembering 3 months ago is really worth the pain, though.
I'm sorry. Did you say
Rada, we have to talk about that later.
by casting a spell on a something with necromancy?
Don't worry about it. It's past stuff.
Who is using necromancy?
Somebody called Brandon on the Fisher King.
Oh, damn. He knows who that is.
Of course he does.
He knows everything.
It's Chris.
We love Chris.
We love
Bran the Blessed, the Giant King?
Yep.
Yeah, he used necromancy on the Fisher King of the Glass Isle, and Idia tried to do Remove Curse, and it backfired.
Because apparently, Remove Curse doesn't remove all curses.
No, because necromancy is not. It is not magic as the way we know magic.
Yeah, I should have known better. I did know better, but I kind of wasn't paying attention to the fact that I knew better.
Magic is not the same as other magic, except bardic magic is safer. Way safer. Did you poop? Dude. Ah. I just. Dude. What did you do?
And that's where we're going to end this session, everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a picture of what I'm trying to illustrate, but it's not working.
Sorry, Jen. Before you decided to yell, before you needed to yell at Albus, I missed what Chris had said about, because I thought you said something about bardic magic, and I was really confused. So, would you mind going back over? Because I think you were explaining necromancy being a different kind of magic, and then all of a sudden I heard something about bardic magic.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that bardic magic is different than regular magic. It doesn't work the same way. Which is why they don't use overlapping spells. But it's a lot safer than necromantic magic, which is why it's okay to use it. So I hope that that's the last that you're going to have to do with Bran, because dude's dark.
Yeah, that's what I was trying
Yeah,
to do.
I'm not gonna.
Somebody needs to get that crystal back from Tooth so we can get rid of it.
What
Because
crystal?
first she tried.
Before I tried to remove the curse, I tried to fix it with a wild magic crystal. I just kind of threw it over there, and I'm pretty sure it's now a necromancy crystal. But Tooth picked it up when I wasn't allowed to pick it up, which is really unfair. But also, I really don't want to be touching it anyways.
I'm not like a magic expert or anything, but I'm pretty sure you can't turn something to necromantic magic, especially not a wild magic crystal.
All I know is it's not a wild magic crystal anymore, and it sure looks necromancy.
A lot of crystals. Tooth, if you don't mind, could I see it?
Tooth hightailed it out there.
He's calling down the stairs.
Also, Chris, I want to talk to you later about more of that neurology stuff.
Oh, okay. Tooth is neurology? Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm not a neurologist, so I don't know how much I can tell you, but I can tell you about synapses.
You probably know a few more things than I do.
True. Hang on 1 minute. Tooth said I could look at that, and he runs down the stairs.
Did anyone else hear that?
No. I'm still trying to figure out what on earth synapses is. I feel like these words he's saying because they sound interesting. I have no idea what they mean.
Did any of us hear it? Because we've got some okay perceptions in this group.
Oh, yeah. It's not like he was being quiet. He's shouting it up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Downstairs.
Who's he shouting up the stairs?
Oh, Tooth shouting up the stairs.
Shouting up the stairs. Yeah. Oh, we got a nat 20.
Wow, Karis is just rolling high.
Right.
It's all over
This
the
is
place.
amazing. I'm so glad he's back.
Me too.
He can't tell you how, because he's like, I'm not sure why the necromancy would change it, but I can tell you, so he comes back up the stairs, he goes, I don't know how that happened, but I can tell you, that's a psionic crystal now.
What? Wait,
How
psionic?
That's so cool.
So it's not necromancy?
No, it sounds like it's not, which is good. But if it's psionic, could the crystal fix Idea's head?
Didn't Erden say that only psionics could interact with those crystals?
Oh yeah.
No, only psionic people can put memories into diamonds.
So, Chris, if that's a psionic crystal, can that help Idea?
Oh no. All it can do is all it can do to be able to read your mind.
Oh.
Wait, can I try that?
I don't really want to read my mind. He already. Wait a minute. That's what he did.
Oh, it makes sense now. How did he do that? No. He's kind of attuned himself to it already.
Oh, attunement. The killer of all fun.
Get away on my secrets!
Dude's
Okay.
gonna start selling all of our deepest thoughts on the black market. He's gonna be rich.
Oh gosh, I can't travel with Tooth anymore. He's gonna steal all my stories.
Yes, and he has the money to monetize them and and make them into terrible adaptations.
So you're saying it's Disney?
That's his alias. He's Disney.
Sorry, you're just gonna see Brina kind of like completely lose all color and like pull out her dagger and just go downstairs. That's all you see. She doesn't see anything.
Brina?
No. I'll let
I'm
her have
definitely
this.
gonna ask something.
No. Let her have this. I've never seen this before, so I think she needs to feel this for the first time. I'm pretty sure.
I
Sorry.
can't stop her even if I wanted.
Sorry, this is out of character. Dominic and I were literally talking about this earlier today because as a writer, I am super paranoid about people stealing my stories. Like that is like the one real paranoia thing that I actually have. And now Brina's experiencing that same level of paranoia. Like, oh my gosh, absolutely freaking no. So yeah.
The first copyright enforcement, the knife.
It's made out of a marlin bill.
It's not even metal!
Oh, yeah.
Well, it did seem like a good safety precaution.
Brina's
do now.
Brina's impervious to your metal, your heat metal.
That's kind of hilarious.
Anyway.
Well, I lack the ability to stop her without burning the whole boat down, so.
And we're definitely not doing that.
No.
Tempting, but no, I have to agree.
And I do have to agree with her. I think she needs this. And Tooth needs some kind of discipline.
I feel like all you guys will hear is Tooth going, "What are you doing?"
Wait, what?
Letting Brina experience her emotions.
Sure, Tooth going, "What are you doing?"
I feel bad, I really do.
Said anything yet. She literally just has the Marlin Bill dagger, and he's like and backing him into a corner. Actually, I probably have my Tayaha in the other hand to make sure he can't run.
Rita, I want you to give me an intimidate.
Please let me roll well. I beg of you, guys. Please let me roll well.
I really should multi-class just to give Brina the opportunity to have bardic inspiration.
Intimidation?
Yep.
23.
A full 20 spread! Yes!
In my intimidation, a +5.
Yeah, Tooth only rolled a 3. He's just like, "What are you doing?" We'll say, I'm gonna take any insight from those of you up on the deck. There's definite panic in his voice. Like, what is happening? You're not the one who threatens.
It's always the nice ones that are the scariest. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it takes so much to bring them that low that, my goodness, it's absolutely terrifying. Like, you have to truly mess up.
Brina's revelation of the fact that Tooth can steal all her stories, I don't think I actually would have said that out loud, but that would have been what was going through my mind as the color drained from my face, and I just pulled my weapons and went downstairs. So And my thing is like, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna hear this unless they have followed me downstairs because I'm going to be talking in a very calm and quiet little voice.
In the scariest way possible.
Because that's much more intimidating than yelling.
That is true.
And
Can
he's
I
gonna stick
go
his
on
head
with-
down into the hole just to try and watch a little bit.
I was gonna say, can I go on with what I'm saying to Tooth, or did the rest of you want to keep talking? I wasn't sure.
Oh no, we're
I'll
letting
go
this
for
happen. We're reveling in it.
If anybody asks, I had nothing to do with this, seeing as I couldn't have intervened.
Remind me again of Tooth's name, like his actual name. I know it.
Is Daniel.
Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know his full name, or do I just know Daniel?
I think you just know his first name.
Daniel of Ere. I know you have a crystal that now allows you to read minds. I am going to tell you now, do not, under any circumstance, steal any of my stories from my mind. You will not like what happens to you if you do. Do I make myself clear, Unavary?
He just nods really fast. His eyes are like really wide. He's like, I don't know what to do now. Yes, ma'am.
I can only speak for myself, but I highly encourage you to not use this against any of your friends. I can only speak for myself, however. And like, and like she'll hold him, like she'll hold that Marlin Bill dagger, and like this is basically like it's like under his chin, at his throat, and it's like, and then like she'll slowly lower it and like bring her Tayaha so it's not because I kind of had my Tayaha in one hand and it was like I feel like I backed him into a corner and the Tayaha was like at an angle so that he couldn't move and the dagger's like under his chin. And so, like, I'll slowly lower the dagger and bring my Tayaha up so that it's straight next to me. I am glad that we have an understanding. And then she just walks away. Slowly. With her weapon still out, just like I'm going over here now.
He's not moving for right now.
Probably soiled himself.
Honestly, I think that's what we're gonna end the game tonight.
I think when Brina comes back up, you're just going to get a standing applause.
Oh no, or won't do that. No, be like, 5 out of. I gave a 6 out of 10 on delivery, but definitely a 10 out of 10 on effectiveness.